demons to some, angels to others.
One thing we can all agree on is death is going to come, and then the afterlife. Ecclesiastes 3 says there's a...
Touch that dial, ladies and gentlemen. You have found another episode of Rancid, Rants, and Reviews. I'm your host, Yeti the Movie Raccoon, and today we're going to be talking about a movie. I don't know if you guys get the joke or not, but I feel like I need to highlight this. I started calling myself a movie raccoon like during an interview we did, a while back, because I do. I like trash cinema. I love like shot on video stuff. I like exploitation films, gore, like low budget horror, independent horror. Like what a lot of people would consider trash is the shit that I love. Like I love micro budget horror movies. Fucking yeah, man, I'm a movie raccoon. I fucking live for this shit. Today, my limits were tested, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about a little movie called Unlisted Owner. Let me give you the synopsis real quick. After a family moves into a house and is murdered by an unseen subject, after the tragic events, a group of teens discovered that the house the murder took place is down the road. My God, the plot summary on the IMDb is almost as bad as the fucking movie. Okay, look, this family moves into a house and then they get murdered that night by some unseen fucking villain or whatever. And after that happens, this group of fucking the most insufferable college kids or whatever, they're gonna go camping, but then they hear on the radio that all these people died, so they're gonna go investigate the house, and then they go missing. Okay, so that's the premise for the movie. Okay, so the way the movie goes, first we meet that family that gets killed, and they're the most fucking cliche family ever. It's like they should be called the fucking Tropertons, because it's like the dad's like, oh, I'm carrying this heavy box, I need you to, I fucking, and then his wife's like, meh, snarky comment. And then fucking the daughter's like, I'm mad because my friends are back home. I don't want to make friends. I want my own friends. And then her dad's like, you're not the only one making sacrifices. This is the only place where I can get a teaching job. It's like, I've watched this scene play out 100 fucking times. Not even just in horror movies. It's like fucking, God damn it. And I've seen it done better 100 fucking times. Then, they get fucking knocked off or whatever. It's just this really confusing scene, and then the camera is focused on the dead dad's face, and it's pointlessly fucking distorted and pixelated, so it ends up looking instead of having some rush slapped on blood makeup, it looks like he was murdered by MS Paint. And then we go from there. We get introduced to the group of people who are going to be investigating the house. This is our group that we're going to spend the rest of this fucking movie with. These are the people that you're going to care about when they go into this house, and things are going to happen, and you're really going to have to fucking, you know what I'm saying, identify with these people. There's two super fucking ultra dude bros, and there's two guys who are just kind of fucking whiny, and then they both have girlfriends who are just sitcom shrews. They're just constantly bitching about everything. The bros, though, the dude bros are annoying as shit. They're when they found out about all the family that died, the first thing was to go, ho ho, bad luck for them, bro, and fucking high five. There's zero chemistry between the bros and the rest of the group. They do nothing but fucking fight and bicker and bitch the whole goddamn movie. There is no reason for these people to be hanging out. Seriously. The two couples, maybe, and the two bros, but there's no reason for these people fucking hate each other, and it's super obvious, and it's stupid. And, the bros are talking about getting girls out there, and they're just fucking, oh my God, raging dickheads. And they're talking about, of course, like the shrew girlfriend's like, man, you only date skanks. You don't get classy girls like us. And they're like, we lower our fucking standards for a reason. Fist bump. Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. These fucking insufferable goddamn characters is this is who we're gonna spend the next 3 fucking hours with, guys. I can't remember the last time I was this fucking... No, you know what? I can remember the last time I was this angry at a movie, and it was fucking Escape from Tomorrow, and this may be worse than that. This whole fucking group is insufferable. I can't fucking stand them. The only reason I finished this movie, like seriously, the only reason I finished the movie was because I knew that they would all die. Like... That's one of my favorite fucking things about horror movies, is that when you have a couple of shitty characters, you know they're gonna get it, especially in a fucking slasher film. Yeah, that's your ass fucking attitude, McFuckface. So, I fucking persevered. I pushed on through this 3.5 hour movie. Thankfully, though, before they all go to the house and die, there are a sequence of scenes of them whining and bitching and complaining and yelling at each other that go on for fucking ever. And then when that scene's over, it goes to another scene of them whining and bitching and complaining and yelling at each other. And it goes on for fucking ever. Even when people start finally fucking dying, which I'll get to in a minute, they continue with this insufferable bitching and bickering. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so they're going to go camping, right? But instead of going camping, they decide to go to this house. So they're on their way to the campsite, so they stop by the murder house. And they're like, oh, well, look, there's fucking police tape, and there's an ambulance and stuff, and there's fucking yada, yada, yada. So this guy named Tanner comes up, and he tells them the story of the guy that lived there before, who trapped his family in the basement and burned down the house. And then, like, some years later, he killed some more people that lived there. Or some more people got killed that lived there. And then this family that moved in fucking got whacked. He tells them that, and they're like, oh, fuck you, that's stupid, blah, blah, blah. They all live in the same fucking town, I think. Like, you don't know your own local legends? You stupid fuck, god damn it. The writing in this fucking film is infuriating. God damn. Guys, if you're a writer and you ever think that what you're doing is subpar, that would be the only reason to seek out this movie, so you can feel better about yourself. Fuck me. Okay, so Tanner just tells him the fucking story, but they have him on tape because the guy's always got, because it's a found footage movie, by the way. So the cops take Tanner in and fucking grill him like he's a goddamn suspect. And that goes precisely nowhere. Like, it never goes back to Tanner at all, whatsoever. And it's just like a 10-minute scene of him in the fucking police station reiterating shit that he's already said. It doesn't move the plot forward. It doesn't develop any characters. It's just fucking him there for no fucking reason, just to pad out this fucking already ever-long goddamn movie. So, of course, the drunk dickheads are driving the truck because they're cunts. And so they're out at the fucking... They go out to the... Before... I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just... Goddamn. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, they decide to go camping, and there's a bunch of bitching and bickering there. And then they go to the fucking murder house. There's a bunch of bitching and bickering in there. And they get in the cars, and they bitch and bicker all the way to the fucking campsite. And then they yell at each other at the campsite. And they all decide to go to the murder house to investigate it. Okay? After some surprise, bitching and bickering, they decided they're going to go there. But then, like, the guy who's driving is one of the drunk fucking dude bros. So they decide to go to the cemetery where the guy who burned his family alive is supposedly buried. But nobody wants to go to the cemetery at night because that's too scary. But you're going to a house where a family was butchered less than 24 hours ago. It didn't make any fucking sense to me. It's just fucking stupid. Also, I just want to point out that the whole time, like, in this film, if you were to take a shot every time one of the dude bros says, "Stop being a fucking pussy, durr," you'd die of liver failure before this 8.5 hour fucking movie ended. Alright, moving on. They finally get to the house. They're all fucking shot when a house that fucking contained the butchering of a family of 5 less than 24 hours ago was like had blood on the walls and on the floors and shit. Like they're all like, oh my god, is that blood? Is that blood? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, no shit. What do you think? Did you think the people that live there fucking bled glitter, motherfucker? Do you think that just dries up and goes away like you fucking kick an ice cube under the fridge? Jesus fucking Christ, these people. Then, to make it all better, they find a fucking pointless Blair Witch symbol on the fucking wall in blood. Like, there's no explanation. There's not another one of the symbols. There's no, like, occult bent to the movie. There's no real paranormal aspect to the movie. There's just this fucking Blair Witch symbol there because it's fucking spooky and it's a found footage movie. The fuck out of here. And, okay. So, finally, we're in the murder house. You know this is where the action's finally gonna happen. Something is finally gonna go down in this movie. So, go up the stairs. First douchebag's like pissing in the bathtub or something. And then the door slams, and he screams and beats on the door. And then he opens up the door, and there's some blood, and he's gone. So, this fucking douchebag that I've been hating for 3 goddamn days as this movie drags on forever, dies off screen. And, to make it all fucking more worth it, what does that do? How does everybody else react? They bitch and gripe and bicker even fucking more. So, you go on and people fucking keep dying, and it's all, every fucking death is off screen. You might have some fucking Spirit Halloween fake blood on them if you've seen a found footage movie, you've seen that the camera falls and the fucking, the dead body stares at the camera as it's pulled away. There's a lot of that, because it's spooky, I guess. And then that's it. Like, nobody dies on screen. There's not one on-screen death. The final kill is the most insulting one. Okay, because look, the camera falls and you've got like a upward angle. This shot, it's a really good shot. I will say that, of, you know, the killer, and he wipes his fucking communist blade, his fucking sickle off on his pant leg, and he's like giving this dude an uppercut to the fucking gut with this hooked blade, right? It's gonna be fucking gnarly, but his camera shuts off the second before the tip of the blade makes connection with the goddamn victim. So, another fucking glorious off-screen death, courtesy of Unlisted fucking owner. And then, just when I think, fucking finally, this movie is over, they fucking clean the house and resell it to this fucking couple or whatever, and they go in and they die, but it's like another like legit like 10-minute scene, 5-10-minute scene, just to set up a pointless fucking jump scare at the end of the movie. Like, it was just like, what, it was more fucking padding. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And yeah, like I said, it's a found footage movie, and I love found footage films. You know, from like Cannibal Holocaust to fucking, like The Fear Footage is a dope-ass found footage movie that I'm sure was done on a shoestring budget that had a lot of love and care put into it. There's 1,000 found footage movies out there. Gahana, Where Death Lives. I think that was found footage, wasn't it? I don't know. But anyway, there's plenty of really good found footage movies out there. This is not one of them. See, this did some things that I fucking absolutely hate, and you really don't see in found footage movies unless they super suck. So, like, the pointless fucking distortion of the cameras all the time, that's not how fucking digital cameras work. It doesn't just glitch all the time for no fucking reason. That's stupid. So, the battery indicator in the video, like, I know that if you're shooting on a camera, it does have a fucking UI on it, and it does show you all these things, but that shit doesn't print to the video. It's isolated in the UI. And the same with the fucking facial recognition square bouncing around in the video, okay? That doesn't fucking Look, if you have a fucking digital camera that has face recognition and pops little squares up, that square doesn't show up in videos, and it doesn't show up in the fucking in photos either. So why the fuck is it in this? Doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you why it's in this. It's to set up one, like, 3-second gag of him walking into the basement and the facial recognition dinging on something in the darkness and then him looking away from it. That's the whole fucking reason that was in there. And guess what? The payoff wasn't worth the fact that you did that dumbass edit with the facial recognition square. Congratulations. So I think this movie's runtime was like 80 minutes, but it seriously felt like fucking 3 hours. It was the longest, hardest sit. Like, it was so it was, and you know, it's not just that it's a bad movie. Because, like, outside of my complaints with the bullshit on the screen, as far as, like, found footage movies go and, like, the filming in it, that wasn't bad. That wasn't poorly done at all. Like, there's some good... I'll give it this. There's some good camera angles. There's some really interesting camera work. And it wasn't just a bunch of shaky cam all the time. That being said, most of this movie played like a goddamn vacation reel with like shitty friends than a horror movie until like the very end. So that could be why there's less shaky cam. I don't know. But yeah, that was the only thing good about the movie was that whoever, was running the cameras kind of knew what they were doing and half-assed knew how to block a shot or whatever. And so that was good. Like the writing in this movie was fucking atrocious. The characters were garbage. Like, they were all fucking nails on a chalkboard. Unless that was the point. But then, why? Why would you set up a movie with characters who are so fucking annoying just to kill them off screen? That's not how that fucking works. That's not the payoff there. So that leads me to believe that these characters were unintentionally written to be fucking garbage people. They're just shitty, annoying fucking people. Like I'm... Part of my disappointment in this movie is that it wasn't more violent. Because I was led to hate these fucking characters so much, and then I don't get the payoff for it. I'm gonna have to go watch Black Past or fucking Cannibal Ferox or something just to fucking cleanse my goddamn palate. What else can I say about this fucking steaming pile of dog shit? Oh, Jim Jam and Johnny Leroy. Fuck both of you for making me watch this movie. They have been on me for a long time because I do fucking love movies that some people would call garbage. It's my shit. Shot on video stuff, like I said earlier, fucking, you know what I'm saying? I get down with it. Check my review history. It's fucking obvious. So, Johnny has long said this is the worst movie he's ever seen. And I don't know if this is the worst I've ever seen, but it's fucking top 10 for sure. And Jimmy kept telling me it wasn't that bad. Fucking, you're the movie raccoon. You'll dig it. But they got me the fucking Blu-ray. So, I got the Blu-ray and I finally watched it. And so, fuck you guys. I could have just put my dick in a toaster and it would have been over quicker. So, I will say the Blu-ray has some pretty fucking nice packaging. I was so fucking ready to be done with that sit that I didn't go through like the bloopers and shit. Because honestly, I didn't want to spend any more fucking time with those characters. I will say that there's like some trailers on there that they look okay for trailers, but with the names attached to them, I wouldn't fucking watch them because I assume that it'd be more of this shit. So, yeah. All in all, would I recommend Unlisted Owner? That's my worst fucking enemy. I can't think of any subset of horror fan that would enjoy this, like, on any level. Like, the special effects are non-existent to mediocre. The acting is fucking terrible. The writing is terrible. The narrative is kind of thin. Doesn't make a lot of sense. If you want to see, like, a good micro-budget slasher, check out Chicken's Blood from 13 Hot Productions. And check out anything Donald Farmer's ever made. Hooker with a Hacksaw, Cannibal Hookers. There's a remake to that he's doing coming out, but the old 80s one is still good. If you want something found footage, I fucking highly recommend the Fear Footage. It's been really well reviewed by a bunch of like real horror people. Fucking, it's such a good movie. You should go check that out if you want. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, dude, just anything. There are 1,000 other things you could watch besides this fucking movie. Goddamn. Like, seriously. I would watch Death House again before I would entertain the notion of putting in Unlisted Owner again. So no, I would not fucking recommend this movie to my worst fucking enemy. I wish I had that 80 minutes back. The more I think about it, the worst thing about this movie isn't the horrible fucking writing or the shitty characters or the terrible acting. It's the fact that I don't feel like anybody gave a shit when they made this movie. Like, I don't understand what the point was. So many times I'll see like low budget movies or something like that. They're made by people who are fucking passionate. You know what I'm saying? And like, for instance, Black Holler, last year, one of my favorite movies of the last year. It was so fucking good, right? But I mean, it was a low budget, campy horror movie, but you could tell everybody fucking cared about it. You could tell there was a lot of love on screen and there was a lot of heart that went into it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gave a shit. And I don't see that in Unlisted Owner. You don't see that there's chemistry in the cast. You don't see that they give a shit about the project. You don't see that there was effort and love and heart put into it. It's just soulless fucking tripe. It's a fucking... I swear to God, man, you could get a PG-13 rating on this if you cleaned up the language a little bit. Seriously. That's how fucking... And you know, I don't rip on PG-13 horror movies just for being PG-13, but seriously, with the lack of blood, violence, and sex in this fucking movie, you could get a PG-13 rating with just cleaning up the language. It's... This movie is fucking... Jesus Christ, man. I'm done here. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gents. If you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I upload videos a couple of times a week right here on the Tennessee Horror News YouTube channel. If you want to hear more of my rambling, you can check out the Horror Basement and Beyond the Basement, where I team up with Jim Jam and Johnny to talk about all manner of things, from horror flicks and hauntings to breakfast cereal and box office bombs. Those shows can be found on your favorite podcast platform, including Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And if you're not on YouTube hearing this, you'll probably already know that after a couple of days, you can find this show on those platforms as well. Check out the description below for all the social media links. Follow me there. Until next time, keep going.